We did it one time, walking through the woods, a bunch of us. We had a gang up there at one time doing research. We were all young. We did find a road that had what appeared to have wagon wheel ruts. They were, you know, 3, maybe 4 inches. I don't know, but they were very deep, and they went the whole length of this road. Well, as far as we walked it, and it was covered. There were small trees in the road and everything. Uh, Small trees. So that tells me those trees, they aren't short, slow growing trees. I'm sure, but so whether they were really wagon wheels, or maybe recent wagon wheels within the last 10 years or something, we don't know. Again, no proof. Proof. Rumor. We have rumors. Alex Tannis. I want to go with Alex Tannis right now. As I said, I'm jumping here and there, just trying to make clarity of things. Alex Tannis, was a world-renowned psychic. Uh, his credentials are insane. Uh, Go to the Alex Tannis Foundation. You can learn about Alex himself, about the foundation, what his skills were, shall I say. I think this is just me now, and if I offend anybody, I really don't give a damn. But I think most psychics are just a bunch of hot air, really. Most, most. There probably are some genuine people who can foresee, who can really tell the future, whatever, who knows, you know. I think a lot of them are just, no, most of them are just mumbo jumbo, uh, magicians of the mind, whatever you want to say. I don't think very many of them are good. Alex was, you look him up, okay? You get the time, you're interested in this, you're interested in this whole story about the Dandy House, you look up the credentials of Alex Tannis, you make up your own mind from there. Alex is what Clara and I both based our writings on regarding the house. Clara wrote Echoes of a Haunting and another version, Echoes of a Haunting Revisited. I wrote You Know They're Here. Clara wrote the book to publish it, to tell her story about her haunting, the problem of the house. When I found out that Clara wrote a book after I returned to New York in '99, now I started writing a book in 1975. I still have the original 30 pages. I can't believe I still do, but I still have the original 30 pages. And I decided I was going to finish it. And I never really honestly believed it would be as big as it is. Actually, the book was 1,077 pages when I was done with it. I whittled it down to 532 pages. I sent a copy to Clara after we had rekindled our friendship. We had lost contact with one another for years. She moved to California. I moved to Arizona. We lost contact. I did have a contact with her while I was in Arizona, but then it was gone again. I lost contact with all the kids. Uh, I miss Laura the most. She was just, she was a sweetheart. Um, I sent a copy of my book to Clara, and she said, "You know what? Send a copy to my publisher. Let them look at it." And I did. And it's a very, so many people, even people I don't know, are saying it's a good book. Some people think it sucks. Whatever. I don't give a shit what people think, regardless. I don't think. I mean, all authors want their works to be accepted and not have a bad review and come out smelling like a rose. I majored. My favorite subject in school was English. My eighth grade teacher, Mrs. Marcus, told me I should write. Well, I had fun with English. I had fun with storytelling. And so I waited till I was how old was I? 55? 55? Well, it was 2009. Anyhow, that's when I published the book. Um, I wrote my book for me. And that's why there's so much reference to local businesses and local happenings in my life with my wife, with my newborn son. And that's why a lot of people don't like it because I've got too much, there's too much taken away from the spooks. All tough shit. I don't care if they don't like it because of that. That's too bad because I didn't write it for them initially, but because Clara's publisher said I like it, I'd like to publish it. He told me that in the first 3 days. I went through the procedure of filling out all the paperwork and the forms and all that and getting my Library of Congress horseshit done, and I published the book. It's done okay. I'm not making money. I'm not going out and buying new cars because I have this great book out there. I've got 4 books published, but the hell with the rest of them too. I've got 5 more sitting here that are ready to go. I did get a couple of bad reviews, and that hurts. It bothers you. But our stories were based on Alex Tannis and what his impressions of that house were. We met Alex after he gave a lecture on psychic phenomenon at St. Bonaventure University. Father Alphonsus, who was a friend of the family, who was coming up for support, who was trying to also help figure the problems of the house. Father did not tell Alex anything other than the house was troubled. He didn't tell him it was haunted. He didn't tell him they seen this or saw that or heard this or heard that. He just said it was haunted. Or, I'm sorry, troubled. He told him it was troubled. After the lecture, we came back to the house. We waited for Alex and Father Al to show up, which they did. Alex was a remarkable man. Just his gaze alone would make you think he was looking into your soul. He had these dark, deep-set eyes that were remarkable. Alex came in. He talked to us for a little bit. He talked to everybody that was there. He walked through the house. We were in the living room. He came in and he gave us his impressions of what he saw. Now, I've always talked about the boy walking through the yard, the letter opener, and the dizzy bitch, the hanging tree. But there were other things, other entities, spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. Father Al didn't like the word ghost. He really didn't. But Alex told us of 7 spirits that he felt were in the house. 7 spirits that had something to do with the troubles of the house. But one spirit was that of an elderly woman who had recently passed within the last year or so, he said. I think he said year or so, but it was recently passed. The last McMahon family member, the last sister, passed away about a year and a half before, or a year before he came there. He didn't know the name of the house. He didn't know the name of the family that owned the house. He knew the house was troubled. That was it. He talked of 6 other spirits that he saw within the house. 6. No men. Today, we have all kinds of spirits there. Again, why bring up the Dandy family in the new investigations that are going on? Why mention anything to do with them when none of the stories that are circulating today as of the findings in the house have anything to do with the Dandy family or what they experienced? Next section.